We are two Leos fueled by coffee and driven by love.
I'm Bec, business owner, entrepreneur, and personal development coach. Now, as my life turned upside down 5 years ago when I was diagnosed with a terminal illness, that's when I learned to master mindset, to break free, and to break the prognosis I was given. Here I am, joined with my absolutely amazing and beautiful co-founder, mastering our mindsets together.
Hey, I'm Tanya, business owner, personal development coach, mommy of 4 gorgeous daughters, my reason to live, so that I can give them a life filled with positivity, inner peace, and so much love. Not only am I here to teach my girls, but we wish that our knowledge can be of value to all of you.
So, welcome.
Welcome, everyone, to another episode of Light Up and Roar, where we are two Leos fueled by coffee and driven by love. Today, we're going to talk about relationships, and I think it's a very, very important topic, whether you're in a relationship with someone else or just the relationship with yourself. It's important to nourish these relationships, and I'm here with Bec for this episode, and we're going to talk today about how our relationships with our significant others were before diving into personal development. Um, they were, for me, for example, I mean, it was a good relationship. We've always had this chemistry and this love for each other, but we were missing a lot of communication. And not only that, but we were leaving things unsaid, and just the negativity from work and family and just outside relationships would affect our moods, and that would in turn affect the things in our marriage and in our household in a negative way. So I don't know about you, Bec, but that's pretty much how, before diving into personal development, that was just how my relationship was at all times.
Yeah, same. Before my relationship with my partner was great, but as you said, we were missing the understanding of each other's emotions. So anger was being created because we simply didn't want to or try to understand why each other didn't want to do certain activities with certain people, for example. And we were letting the negative people influence our relationship.
Absolutely. I think it's very important for personal development in a couple's life, or even if even if your partner wants nothing to do with personal development, I think it's good for you to work on yourself, whether it's through therapy and doing courses of personal development. Just working on yourself will make the relationship better. I think when you start putting in the work and you start understanding your partner's love language, and you start understanding your partner's moods, and you can be more in tune with their needs, I think that's when something shifts in the relationship, and not only for you, but it starts shifting for them as well, even if it's only you working on yourself and working towards bettering the relationship. So they will start to shift as well. Even if they don't know what's going on, they will still make an effort to make you feel the way that you're trying to make them feel as well, because it's all going towards a more positive transition. And that's when the shift and the work starts to really show. I don't know for you what you think, um, how this helps the relationship.
Absolutely. I feel like it's so important for couples to undergo personal development together because it strengthens your bond. It builds trust, it builds safety. And I, like you did, Tanya, started a while before Bailey even started and before he was even interested. He wasn't interested until he physically seen my growth. And that's just the way it is for some people. And it's not gender specific. More often than not, they won't be interested until you have had growth and they see that shift in yourself. So, like you said, pouring into it, they will eventually come on board as well. So once putting in the work to understand Bailey and what emotions he was going through, it shifted something within him to want to understand what is it was I was working on. And now it's a daily ritual. It's an addiction for us because, above all, if we aren't strong for each other, then we can't be building our outside worlds.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I think it's just super important, an example for me with Alex. Um, I remember just a simple shift in telling him things that I appreciate that he does
Mm,
on a daily basis before going to bed. I appreciate you for washing the dishes, or I appreciate you for playing with the girls. I appreciate you for folding the laundry. I appreciate you for putting water in my car. Like, just little things that I would notice throughout the day, and just making him feel appreciated each night before going to bed, just fed into nourishing that relationship every single day and making it better and have a more positive impact as well. So I think just little things that you can do, and we go through this in the course as well, more in depth, but just little things that you can change that will make an absolute difference in your relationship is just key and so important in this journey as well.
absolutely, Tanya. Like, I totally agree with what you've said there, and appreciation and gratitude towards your partner really shifts something within them. I think my biggest relationship example is, and a tip when you're working on your personal development shifts something within yourself. So you become, like we said in the last episode, a lot calmer, a lot more easygoing. And it takes a long time for you to snap. But when you get spoken to rudely, for example, it only happened a couple of days ago, Bailey was like, just do this, because he was in a hurry and he was frustrated with what he was holding. Held it and then I walked away. I stopped helping him altogether. And he was like, I need help. And I was like, I'm not going to help somebody that is rude. And he was just like, uh, and then he just sort of like, yeah, yeah, whatever. But then when you say it back to them in the tone and what they said it to you in, really starts to make them think, wow, I shouldn't be doing this. And when you stand for what you believe in, and I don't deserve to be spoken to like that, it really makes them shift in, wow, they value themselves, so I should be valuing them as well. So that is what I found in the respect of treating and working on your partner how you expect them to work on themselves as well, is helping them to pinpoint what it is that they're doing. Now, this has been a pivotal changing point for Tanya and I. It's enhanced our relationships. It's enhanced our partners as people, as an individual outside of the relationship as well. And we just wanted to dump this golden nugget for you on how it can really transform your life and your relationship with your partner. If you don't have a partner, it can change your relationship with yourself, or it can change your relationship with your children, with your siblings. Like, I apply this not only to my partner, but I apply it to my siblings, I apply it to my parents, and I apply it most of all to myself. So take it today, apply it to yourself, and start. If you wouldn't talk to your grandma like that, don't say it to yourself or your partner. And that's my biggest tip for you all.
Absolutely. So definitely using your voice, super important, because that, you're giving yourself value, and within that you're having them make sure that they value your voice and they value your feelings. So absolutely, I love that, Beck. Absolutely love it.
Thank you so much for listening to another episode by Light Up and Raw, presented to you by two Leos who are fueled by coffee and driven by love. Now, if you got value out of this episode or any of our previous ones, don't forget to like and subscribe, share it to your friends as well. Again, see you in the next episode. Cheers!
Bye. Cheers.